So one of the things this game also does, and in my opinion it's kind of poorly, is implement you into the storyline of the game by simply having people randomly tweet you throughout the career. And it's not anything that would be indicative of you racing against them, because I haven't raced with Dale Jr. at all. My car is so far behind his right now. It's kind of just strange and seems very disjointed from the scheme of things. It seems rushed, hurried, whatever. So you get an opportunity here to get some new secondary sponsors, and you go to the sponsor menu here, which is extremely basic. And essentially what it does is it tells you that you can select who the sponsors are, and they all kind of have different guarantees. So for example, we go up, there's no way that I'm going to lead a lap at this point. There's no way. I could probably qualify in the top 20, but that actually says qualify 20th, so who really knows? You know, I'm going to go down and try to deal with things that are realistic. You know, we'll do a top 25 sponsor, and then we'll call that a day with Can-Am. And that's it. They're going to pay me $2,600 extra per race. We're going to head over to Las Vegas for the Kobalt tools. What is it, 500 I guess they have over here, 400? I'm really not sure. I'm not a big fan of Vegas. The track seems very overhyped since it came in, and generally doesn't provide the best racing experience you can have. It's kind of a flatter track and a little bit narrow for my liking, but regardless, we'll see what we can get done here. I guess the other thing you'll notice is, for some reason, only in qualifying does your car have the ability to do like this massive burnout to start with. It doesn't happen anywhere else. It just happens in qualifying, which is rather odd and strange, but I digress. This game does a lot of things odd and strange. So I talked before about things that I'd like to see on this screen other than just my tachometer, my speed. And the interesting thing is, in a cup car, you're not actually presented your speed, so I don't know why the game actually focuses on that. The game also doesn't do a real good job of conveying speed. So you'll go to a fast track like Talladega, and you won't feel like the car is going any faster than you are now at a track like Vegas that's an intermediate track. Which, you know, I don't know what I expect it to do, but again, it's not doing what I expected to do, so I know something's off there. This track here, you know, having raced Atlanta days ago, feels extremely similar to Atlanta, and it shouldn't. You know, it's a smaller, tighter track like we talked about. The banking isn't there, but I feel like I can drive it the exact same, drive it into the turn, pop the throttle a little bit. Here I actually let off the throttle too much because I go down on the apron, and I lost a little bit too much speed. The other thing is, and we talked in other videos, I can go in the grass and not have any issues after I qualify like that, and a lot of cars go down to the apron. I mean, look at what the game does to my car. I mean, does it really it can't comprehend that I would take a different line to the finish, so it just destroys my race car? You know, that seems very simplistic in its nature of programming a racing game, where the car has to jump back to this perfect line that, again, isn't displayed on the track and just destroy my car. It seems so 1990, but I digress. You know, we continue along. This is a track where, when I've raced before, I've lost a lot of ground right in the beginning, as I pretty much lost every position, not that I had qualified too well. And it's a 5-lap race, which is pretty rough. Like in Atlanta, we had, you know, 6. Generally, you're going to hope to at least have more than that. But again, we'll start from the back and try to work our way up. I would say, though, as a casual fan, I don't think this would be an enjoyable experience. No one is going to get excited about sitting here 1 lap into a race, qualifying second to last, and, you know, racing dead last, all in the hopes of making trivial amounts of money through a sponsorship, you know, $2,600 per race, so that my car can get better. You know, and then to have it so poorly integrated where, you know, my only real interaction with another driver was confined to a tweet of someone that I've never actually raced on the track against. For this game to get that far into production and someone to not say, wait a second, that's weird, or that's not right, kind of astonishes me. I mean, why wouldn't you have Brandon Jones here, who, by the way, would not be running 38th? Why wouldn't you have him tweet something to me like, you know, hey, it was, you know, great racing against you? Or why wouldn't you have a rivalry form with another driver? You know, I think I've probably hit Jamie McMurray every race we've ran, and in this race I'm obviously going to be nowhere near him. But that to me seems a much better way of kind of involving the user in the game. Now, to a super casual fan, maybe they were like, "Oh, it's Dale Earnhardt. It's the biggest driver in NASCAR." To some, he just recognized me in the game. Maybe they would take that, take solace in the fact of how cool that would be. But I mean, from the other side of it, anyone outside of a 5-year-old is going to say, "Wait a second, this makes no logical sense. He doesn't even know that I'm on the track because he's never seen my car, if anything, unless he's lapping me." So that's just one of the things, again, when you look at games, not just this game, but, I talk obviously about Madden a lot on my channel, where you just scratch your head, like, who really was like, yeah, this is a great implementation to get people involved in the game. The sun glare in this game is so over the top, it's ridiculous. And there you can take a good look at Casey Mears' car. That thing looks solid chrome right down to the wheels, and I talked about it in another video. I just do not appreciate the way these cars reflect in this game. It seems so unrealistic, and it is so distracting to drive down beside a car and see the whole car seem like a mirror. But we will continue to go through these races, and I will probably continue to hate the same exact things in this game week in and week out, and Allmendinger will not get me to the line. So a 30th place here, again, it's never been a great track for me. It's a terrible track to bring a slow car to, so I suppose I can be happy with the finish here. I'll be back in the week with more commentary.